Alright guys, so here's the deal. I posted a video last night about, kind of a little bit about the upcoming updates actually, but mostly about that, invitational that we've got going. Now, when I said Chewbagel got an invitation and turned it down because he didn't support esports, I guess, that was an interview that I had seen, like, specifically with him, that turned out to be faked, and I'm very sorry for that. Now, yeah, thanks, I literally just woke up. Uh, but, anyway, so I have no idea what's going on with Bagel, and I will not continue to pretend to anymore, and I'm not going to be taking stock in anything anybody says. But the important stuff, this stuff right here in the dev notes, if you guys haven't taken a look at this yet, I saw the nice hair one, I think. Oh, wait, there's Tomato. Yeah, I totally saw your Vela comment. I just hit you back on that. But, Season 1 of World Arena will be ending... God damn it, Megan. Will be ending June 28th with the 3.4.8 update. Season 2 will be beginning with the 3.4.9 update. Now, it says that it might change since the World Arena starts and ends with an update. We'll be putting another notice up if there's any change in the schedule. This is apparently how it's going to look up here for that duration of time that we've got that gap while they reset the servers and everything and hopefully stabilize them. We're actually gonna pop inside. It's way too humid out here. Now, apparently we're going to be getting some sort of reward on June 30th at 12 a.m. So, you know, basically June 29th at the end of the day. It's 2:30 here, and I haven't made breakfast yet because I'm too excited about this. Now, if you haven't watched Chewbagel's newest video, I didn't watch it all the way through because honestly, I love what the guy has to say, I just don't love how he says it. But anyway, if you haven't watched his newest video, I'm pretty sure he's the only one out there right now that's made anything about this. Like, I don't understand why no other content creator can be found when you Google this update. But it's a big deal. Now, when World Arena resets, it's going to be looking a bit like the current regular arena. They're going to just kind of translate everybody down. There's going to be a reset where everybody's just kind of compressed. Yeah, I literally just said I haven't had breakfast yet, Megan. So, here's what World Arena is going to look like if you ended Beginner or Challenger. Beginner through Challenger 3 last week, you're going to be sitting at the 1,000 mark. They're going to equalize all of us, because I'm pretty sure I'm Challenger 3. I think I was Fighter. But, anyway... And then, if you look, it gets a little interesting because we dropped to like a 50-point gap all the way up to G1. And then from Guardian 1 forward, everyone's going to be the same SR, basically. Apparently, there have also been changes to the World Arena season and some new rewards being added. Vioprocs have been limited to 1. That's what I like to see. Now, if only they do it in Guild Wars. Yeah, we got tons of opinions regarding the Violent Runes during the first season and decided to put a limit on it, still believing that activating 1 additional turn can be a powerful variable in the gameplay. I would agree. I would argue that that was the best and only way they could have done it, especially in conjunction with things like Orion and Gemini and the dice or any of the ponies. If you've consumed all of your turn without any action, the time given in the following turn will be reduced by half. Good. Get rid of some of these plebs running around just running the clock down because they can't beat me otherwise. Which doesn't happen very often for me, personally. But it definitely frustrates me, and it for sure makes it harder for me to fight. It's definitely like a mind game, I guess. I don't know, it's just annoying, to be honest with you. For instance, if you didn't make a decision within 15 seconds during your first turn, then the time you get in the following turn will be reduced to 7. For this 7, if you don't make a decision, any action, your turn will be reduced by half once again. You'll get 3 seconds the following turn. If you make an action within 3 seconds and use your turn properly, the duration of your turn will recover back up to 15 seconds. We've made such modification to prevent users from being stressed by the opponent who intentionally makes delayed decisions. And the same rule applies to the pick and ban system. The total amount of time given in the first turn during the pick and ban is 30 seconds. The duration has been shortened as follows. I'm not really sure how... Oh, if you neglect to pick, you'll be cut in half. Okay, so it's going to take less time to get to the balancing section where it's like, ups your attack power by 10%, decreases HP by 10%. Lots of opinions about the change of the victory point. There were cases where users were getting too stressed that their gameplays were getting interfered with. I don't understand that. The victory point balancing modification, they're gonna change... They're gonna change the value of it? Or are they gonna change how many you drop? This is kind of cool. I did kind of peek through here earlier. The legend players of World Arena will now be added to like a Hall of Fame. And then in addition to the Hall of Fame, they'll get this trophy here. Not trophy, it's a statue that sits in your island. Looks like it's gonna sit about as tall as the dragon statue and stuff. If you tap the statue, it shows up as World Arena Season 1 Legend, or World Arena Season Legend. Now, here we go. New Season 2 rewards. As a season reward, we're getting homunculus transmogs. We're getting new transmog effects. A new Elia ride will be available. We don't have any images yet at all. Elia's house. And rides will be kept and added more of. Now, let's talk about why I'm hype. Because the rest of that stuff, that doesn't even matter to me yet. This. Rift Dungeon Reward Balancing Modification. Yeah, support them homies. After opening the dungeon, we've had so many internal discussions on how to make improvements, and we finally decided to make the following modification. The rewards that are dropped in the Rift dungeons will be adjusted. The new reward box will be added as a reward to Rift dungeon gameplay. From this box, gems and grindstones related to fight determination, enhance accuracy, tolerance runes, as well as other items will be dropped with a fixed chance. No more gems/grindstones related to those will be dropped in the Rift raid due to this modification. Thank you. So tired of getting fight grindstones and accuracy grindstones from Raid 4 after I spend 3 minutes in the damn raid trying to get this thing. Oh, I know. We're getting a support homo. Oh, I get the joke now. They're support homunculus. Gotcha. Yeah, condensed magic crystals will now be dropped for users who reach a grade B- and above. With this modification, the amount of condensed magic crystals dropped each time will be slightly reduced. The drop rate has increased. You'll be able to acquire more condensed magic crystals in the end. Please refer to the chart below. So we've got pure magic crystals still only drop from an A- up. And they're only guaranteed to drop from an S up. Condensed magic will be dropping from B- all the way up, guaranteed fixed chance. And it looks like, yeah, it says the drop rate went up, so that should help a lot in the farming for it too, for those support homies we were just talking about. Now the reward box has been added from C rank and higher, which is cool. I mean, it should drop some like mana and stuff and those grindstones, which I'm excited about. You're going to be able to make some really, really crazy focus and, you know, team-based runes. It's really going to push people to start using them, especially in raid teams, because, let's face it, you've got enough monsters at that point to be affecting. Now, obviously your attribute crystal hasn't changed at all. They've also increased the effects of these runes here, or they will be in 2 days here, 3 days here, 3 days, 3 days. Drops on the 24th from what I was reading. Mana stones will no longer drop as a Rift dungeon reward. However, runes, grindstones, and gems have been added, enabling users to acquire mana stones by selling such items. Additionally, the price of the rune has also been increased, so we expect users to acquire more mana stones than before. That's kind of cool. The amount of inflicted damage will be increased by 50% when using monsters that have an attribute advantage in the Rift dungeons. However, the monsters with attribute disadvantage will receive 50% increased damage from the Rift beasts, and the defense of the Rift beast will be slightly increased. So, running actual attribute teams should definitely alleviate some of that. In fact, it should help more. Like, obviously, if they're increasing the defense, it's going to be a harder dungeon. But if they allow for attribute advantage to have that much of a difference, like, it should counteract itself, no problem, no questions asked. Let me see if I can't pull up anything online. One last thing we've prepared for you. Support type homunculi. These guys look sweet. I'm excited. I think I've already got everything I need for the dark one. Don't judge me. Currently balancing stats and skills, so we can't give any details, but it'll be great monster. Possesses various beneficial and harmful effects. Homunculus crafting costs and evolution costs will be greatly decreased with the update. Awesome. Keep in mind that the above content is still under development and may be different from the actual update. That's all we've got for you today. We thank you for your patience and support, and please stay tuned for future updates. Whoa. Like, way to drop a bombshell and just be like, hey, have a nice day. Let's go back and we'll take a look at that again real quick. I think it said the 24th? Is that tomorrow? 28th, sorry. So 28th is what we're supposed to be looking at. But like, come on, go away. Alright, so it looks like the 28th is where we can look to for this update, and then mid-July for the second, obviously, as it says right here. But so much good stuff coming up. I'm excited as hell for that Rift update, though. I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am for that Rift update. It should also make it easier for earlier game players to be running these Rift dungeons to try to get that homunculus, which is great, because if you hadn't noticed, I use the shit out of mine in my Necro team, and for some of you guys, like, it's going to be easier to build a Necro team without it. But if you want to copy mine, you need to farm these dungeons. So for them to make it easier for earlier game players, or at least for players who have built teams for it, that's really cool. I think that's about all I've got for you guys. Any questions or opinions on the matter? What do you guys think? 'Cause, like, I'm stoked for this. I don't know if you guys can tell, but, like, I'm a little excited. I'm just kind of choking up a little bit here. Do you choose the element? Alright, so how a homunculus works, I forgot I haven't explained this at all since I got him. So, as far as the wind, water, fire attack type homunculi, I don't know why I opened the collection. If you go to his skill tree, now what happens here is he starts fire. He starts here. Now, if you put the element, or you put the time into farming their elemental dungeons, you evolve their first skill. It doesn't matter which one you pick at first. So you get a wind, a water, or fire. I'm assuming the light and dark will act identical. I'm assuming it'll be light and dark options instead of wind, water, fire. And then you'll have a skill tree attached to that element. So you do actually have to start with one or the other. You don't get to pick it first. But then you can change it to whichever one you want, which is kind of really cool. Now, which do I recommend to get? I would honestly recommend staying away from wind. Simply because the build kit is more difficult. It's almost entirely PvP based, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously, it's also a bit of a raid machine, but like, destroy doesn't really work anywhere else. The problem is, you can't use homunculi in PvP on defense at all anyways, and I don't know if you can use it in Guild Wars at all. I have this group chat muted and it's still popping up on my screen. Fire, I like because I can use him to my Necro team. I'm going to be resetting him, actually, but because you can get that 4 shots with the first skill, 3 shots with the second skill, and where'd it go? Yeah, 4 shots of dots with the last skill. Yeah, water is definitely better. It's better suited for, say, TOA or TOA hard. It's actually a really amazing monster if you go water and you take the entire bottom route. But I use fire for Necro, and that's why I built him the way I did, just because I needed that crush for it. But before I kill everyone I know over this group chat, I'm gonna be hopping offline real quick. As far as whether I recommend light or dark, I honestly can't have an opinion on that yet because I haven't seen them. They're still working on the skills. But I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed this. I will be online later.